Hello, back again. I hope you're having a nice day. In this video, I'd like to talk about economic and social marginalization as it relates to having a disability, specifically more severe forms of CP. Now, if you have a disability that is severe enough, you will most likely face some level of economic marginalization, and this is because it is very, very difficult to get a normal job if you have a severe disability. You may be able to get some job, but it will probably be a low wage, low responsibility job that doesn't allow you to live the life you want to live. An example of this would be maybe a small part-time job you get while being on some form of social service disability payment system. Now, I'll get into a way to alleviate that situation through either a contract work or finding a more creative outlet to generate some income. But first, I want to talk about also the social marginalization that occurs when you have a severe disability. When you have a severe disability, you are dependent on many other individuals, probably family members most likely, to help you in your daily activities. Now, this is great if you have loved ones that are supportive and want to help you. But it's also negative because if you're not independent, then you really do kind of fail to grow as an individual. And this failure to grow really does impact your social life. This is really truly unfortunate because this happens all too often. And when this happens, you're kind of cast aside, whether it be your dating life or really just anything. You're not going to have the social environment that other people have. You're not going to have work colleagues. You're not going to have the type of social connection that other people have. So how do we get around both the economic and social marginalization that occurs? Well, one way to do this, as mentioned earlier in the video, is to get creative in your search for employment/income. You can do things like this YouTube channel. You can create content. You can also create a blog. Both of those things generate ad revenue, which, if you're successful enough, may be able to generate you some substantial income if you work at it hard enough. Now, that is not to say that any of that is a cure for the severe problems that you do face. I'm not suggesting that it is, but any little bit does help. And I think that that's the most likely and most beneficial advice to give somebody in the situation that feels like they're being economically and socially marginalized by society through no fault of society, really. Just the circumstances are so negatively adversarial, that is the situation they find themselves in. I hope that you take this information not as a negative, but just as an overview of the challenges faced and a few of the possible, I would say, ways to get around these negative effects.